She arrived 10 minutes early. She is sitting in the parking lot, perfectly still, gathering the exact amount of strength required to open the car door and walk into the school building. This is an 11th year, 7th grade veteran. Over Christmas break, she made a quiet, definitive decision that she would not be returning next year. No major trauma occurred in her classroom. Her workload hadn't suddenly spiked. She was simply tired in a way that sleep no longer fixed. To the outside world, her performance was flawless. She still smiled at students in the hallway. She still led the same morning devotionals she had led for 6 years. But underneath that external competence, the tank was empty. Christian schools lose their best educators to a silent, slow fade. The intense passion that used to fuel a Sunday afternoon lesson plan dissipates, and the fuel of a deep calling is replaced by the fumes of habit. To understand why this happens, we have to look at the structure of the job itself. Christian school educators work 2 full-time jobs, but their contract only acknowledges 1. This chart breaks down job 1, the academic load. These are the visible, standard expectations of the profession. You grade the papers, you plan the curriculum, you hit the testing standards. Then there is job 2, the formation load. This is the constant expectation to absorb the emotional weather of 25 students at a time. It's acting as a pastoral anchor when a student processes a tragedy and modeling a steady faith under pressure. It happens in the margins of every lesson. Because this emotional labor is framed as a calling, teachers often fall into a psychological trap. They rarely give themselves permission to name the exhaustion. Saying, "I am burned out," feels like admitting, "My faith is weak," so they carry the weight in silence. This exhaustion is the result of draining a highly specific emotional well. A generic weekend off treats physical fatigue, but it fails to refill the reservoir required for constant pastoral care and spiritual modeling. Clinical psychology offers a way to map this slow fade. Christina Maslach's research into occupational burnout provides the diagnostic framework. This radar chart maps burnout as 3 independent components: emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and personal accomplishment. These metrics move independently. A teacher can deliver excellent academic results, keeping their accomplishment score high, while their emotional capacity and connection to students collapse. Gallup's workplace data and Parker Palmer's research on education reach the same conclusion. Long-term retention relies on a teacher's internal connection to meaning. Teachers stay when they feel their identity is tied to their purpose. This is why standard rest often fails to solve the problem. A profound disconnection from internal purpose requires more than just sleep or a vacation. When burnout stems from an erosion of meaning, the solution must involve reconstructing that meaning on a regular, predictable basis. Thinkers like Dallas Willard and John Mark Comer argue that spiritual endurance is built through daily rhythms. If you picture the formation load as a crushing weight, willpower alone is a fraying thread. Relying on an annual staff retreat or sheer grit to hold up that weight is a mechanical failure waiting to happen. Resilience is built through microscopic, meticulously structured daily repetitions. These small actions provide the consistent replenishment that willpower cannot sustain during a crisis. Saving a teacher's career requires a targeted, repeatable mechanism that changes how they carry the weight every single morning. The 3-part reset is a 90-second daily rhythm. It surgically targets the 3 specific things that drain a Christian educator: unnamed emotional load, boundary erosion, and a lack of closure. Part 1. Name a burden before entering, externalizing it to save energy. Part 2. Choose one concrete boundary for 8 hours, like reclaiming a lunch break. Part 3. A closing 30-second practice at day's end signals your nervous system the work is officially over. This approach focuses specifically on the emotional well-being drained. It treats the source of the fatigue, rather than just the symptoms. The true power of this routine is its microscopic scale. It costs nothing but attention, which makes it executable even on the most depleted days of the year. The 11-year veteran teacher who had decided to leave practiced this rhythm twice a day for 6 weeks. By spring break, her classroom environment was the same, but her internal posture had shifted. She felt a sense of choosing to be there, rather than being stuck there. That shift in perspective was enough to keep her in the profession. Burnout happens because of the mechanical reality of drawing from a well without intentionally refilling it. It is a sign that the part of the teacher that does the formation work needs specific, daily restoration. In the parking lot at 6:40 a.m., she is steady. She uses those 90 seconds to prepare. Same school, same job, different fuel. You signed up to pour into students, and you cannot pour from a well that nobody is refilling. 90 seconds, twice a day. Start tomorrow morning.